Well, welcome back to the Hotel Orloff. It is Super Bowl Sunday. About I don't know, 12:30, something like that in the afternoon. Organizing, getting ready for the big game. It's going to be so exciting. So, what am I doing? I've got a long box, which I don't use long boxes for comics because they're too heavy. But so I'm going to put something even heavier in here. I'm going to put some CDs in here because I've got to get more book racks. Someone just commented. Oh, John Goris just commented. You should watch the Super Bowl from 1974. Yeah. Is it on YouTube? I'll check it out. Okay. What am I doing? I need more CD racks. I've got too much. We had to get rid of some furniture when we moved here, and I haven't replaced it. So I've got all these books without bookshelves. That's the word I was trying to think of. I make fun of Joe Biden. Listen, I can't even think of bookshelf, book rack. What do you call that thing? Anyway, so speaking of John Goris, who just commented, I just saw it pop up at the top of my my cell phone here. He sent me this CD, this Jonathan Winters Crank Call CD. And I have never listened to this. I bought it for like $1 at a garage sale. It's the Mountain Bluegrass. Oh, no, it's a bunch of different bluegrass bands. I love bluegrass music. And the same garage sale had some Bryant Setzer Orchestra CDs. So I bought them to be a good neighbor. And I'm sure it's just great. So we continue to. So I'm going to fill up this box with these CDs until such time as I can get some CD racks. What are these, man? Oh, okay. These are home movies on this DVD-R. It says 1966 Marvel cartoons, so that's a transfer of that. I need to put my Christmas music in a certain spot. How about over here? So how's your wonderful day going? It's pretty great. Pretty great day, isn't it? Wow, aren't you happy? Okay. These are. I'm not even showing you what I'm looking at. These are air checks of the real Don Steele. Los Angeles DJ. You can see him in Death Race 2000. See, the real Don Steele, KHJ Los Angeles, February 27th, 1967, an hour and 3 minutes and 17 seconds. This is what Quentin Tarantino used for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when What's-His-Face is driving around, Brad Pitt is driving around LA. He used actual radio air checks so that where you hear the music and the DJs and the commercials and the jingles and all that. I used to collect radio air checks pretty intensely, and I would still, but I just kind of forgotten about it. This says Jeff Christie on WIKZ McKeesport, Pennsylvania, 1971. There's 14 minutes of that. Jeff Christie later became Rush Limbaugh. And it's got some 1963 radio from Jim Southern. Bunch of stuff. It's got Howard Stern, 2002, reviewing Blade 2. In some cases, air checks exist because DJs kept recordings of themselves, so if they wanted to like move to another market or get a different job in a bigger market, they could send tapes on reel-to-reel to the other station. Here's what I sound like on the air. In some cases, they exist because people at home with a reel-to-reel recorder would record radio stations off the air, or they'd be on vacation and record radio stations from the town they're in as a souvenir, or they would trade with people in other towns. What does your radio station sound like? You know, they'd do that. Or they just were too cheap to go out and buy the records and the 45s, so they would just record the songs out the radio, and sometimes they would not edit out the commercials and the DJs, and then you have this wonderful record of another time period, which, if you listen to it now, is like a time machine. Oh man, I'm gonna get a copyright claim for this. God dang it. Okay. So this music I got playing is those old golden records. They get you shoot, this is copywritten too. This Hypnotic Eye theme. I mean, it's not the Hypnotic Eye theme, it's the theme from Ultra Q. But whatever. Hopefully that won't be long enough to get me. That last episode I played the Football Hero song from 1933, and that did get a copyright claim, which doesn't do anything to you. It's not a copyright strike, but I'd never be able to monetize if I ever miraculously got to 1,000 subscribers. I'd never be able to monetize that last episode. Oh well. Que sera, sera. See, I got tons of these. I would record them off the internet back 20 years ago. This is Mad Daddy, the Mad Daddy, Pete Myers from WHK Cleveland. You can find this stuff on YouTube now and listen to it if you're so inclined. Here's some Howard Stern I recorded off the air in 2002. He was still good then. Believe it or not, he used to be good. Oh, here's the world's worst monster jokes. Formerly the Monster Joke Book. M is for monster, and it's this Roger Price guy. I think he's the guy that invented Mad Libs. But anyway, this is I don't know when I bought this in the 70s. Yeah, 8th printing, September 1975. So, how are you guys doing on this wonderful day, this incredible Super Bowl day? Okay, so marker, pen. Is there a pen in my pocket? No. Yes. These are home movies in this disc, in this box. What is all this stuff? Oh, more home movies. Home movies, Christmas 2007. That's the year it snowed on Christmas. Wish I could transfer this stuff to YouTube, but there's probably copywritten music playing in the background and stuff. And I don't know how to transfer these discs to YouTube. These are home movies from August 2007, and a horror movie that a friend of mine made back in the probably early 80s called Things That Go Bump in the Night. There's footage here of Pete when he was, yeah, here it is. It says New Cat, March 2008. Pete the cat showed up at my door on a cold, well, no, it must not have been March. He must have been around for a while. He showed up and just, I opened the door and Pete just walked in because it was cold out there. Before that, all I had was Small Cat and Daisy. Daisy is a beagle. Daisy's still around. Small Cat, also known as Princess. This is September through October 2006. I'd film it with a camera and transfer it to disc. A lot of memories on these discs. Oh man, I just put them in the wrong place. This one says pipe organ carnival music. Well, never mind. Putting stuff in the wrong box. You guys are distracting me. You get all misty-eyed talking about Princess and Daisy the beagle. Let me get some more CDs to go through. Okay. These are radio spots for James Bond movies. So I'll put that here. This is a really good CD. Rhythm and Blues House Party from Ace. Ace is a great label. You'd probably find this CD. People just, I don't know how people do it, you know, they just upload whole CDs onto YouTube, and if not, you could probably find all these individual songs if you want to freeze frame it on YouTube. This is the soundtrack to The Spirit of 76, which is a time travel movie. I enjoyed it. It had the guys from Red Cross in it. Red Cross is a band. A lot of 70s music in the soundtrack. It's a movie that nobody remembers, but it was fun. This is the official soundtrack to Age of Mythology, a video game. This is the very, uh-oh, shoot, there's that, I think everything on this disc is going to be a problem. So I know this roller rink music is copyright free, so I'll put it back on. I wish I could play good music on YouTube. It would be, I don't see who it hurts. All it does is give an exposure to the artist so people will seek out their music. Alright, whatever. Okay. This is Jigsaw, 70s band. You know him for the song Sky High, which was a big hit on the radio. It was actually the theme from like a kung fu movie called, I think it's called The Man from Hong Kong, I think. And you know the song, you blew it all sky high. But you know that song. This is Not the Same Old Blues Crap, Part 2, from Possum Records. What else do we have here? That's not worth looking at. Remember these TV show discs? And the same company did one disc just of commercials. This is the Return of the Living Dead soundtrack, which I think I first bought it on album. I think I've got it on vinyl. They call it, the idiots now call it vinyl instead of just saying I have the album. I must have later bought it on CD. Remember how they tricked us to start, buying everything on CD, and you have the record, but you're gonna buy it again on CD. Now no one even buys CDs anymore. Last time I saw a CD in person was at Dollar General at the counter. They were selling the new Dolly Parton rock and roll record disc. But anyway, this is the Batman 1989 soundtrack, and this is the sequel. Spike Jonze and his City Slickers, the radio years. It's 2 original radio broadcasts. You got Boris Karloff and Peter Lorre on there. I need to show some. Graphic Man put up a video this morning of paperbacks he's collecting. He's gotten into paperback collecting, and so there's Ken Nordine, Word Jazz. Maybe I should do some paperback episodes. What do you guys think? I know Graphic Man would enjoy it, but would anyone else? Doesn't matter. I'll do a show just for a few people. Here's a children's The Day in the Life of a Dinosaur children's record. Here's introducing the E-Types. I did that. I really like this song. Put the Clock Back on the Wall. Look that song up on YouTube. Remember these things when CDs first came out? They put out these CDs were a brand new thing, and it was really cool. The thing was here's all these oldies, and you're hearing them for almost like for the first time in crystal clear CD sound. It was a big deal, but in actuality, they really were. The sound was just too clear. It's really better to hear that stuff on the original 45s. The soundtrack, Duke Ellington soundtrack to Anatomy of a Murder. Man, I even have the soundtrack to Charlie's Angels. When this movie came out, I thought it was fantastic, and the sequel wasn't as good. Even though it had that idiot in it that Drew Barrymore was married to at the time, was his name Tom Green. That guy was obnoxious, but the movie, he didn't ruin it. I thought it was really great. Wesley Willis, greatest hits. All of his songs were exactly the same song. He's the interesting guy. The Soul of New Orleans. This is a disc I've had a long time. I mean, I've had this disc. It's from 1986. Let's look at it. It looks fine. You know, they say you need to look at your old disc and see. I don't know, man. People need to shut up. What is this stuff? Oh, this is a bunch of Howard Stern stuff. That's what this is. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I would record Howard Stern onto audio cassette, and then when you were able to record onto a CDR, I started recording it. I think what I would do is I was so into Howard Stern, I would leave a VHS recorder recording his show. So I'd have the FM receiver would be going into a VCR, recording in 6-hour speed, so I'd get the whole show, and then I'd listen to it later, and if there were the really good parts, I would put on to CD. So this is March of 2003, 21 years ago. Yeah, yep. That's what all these are, yeah. And I still have boxes of VHS cassettes that I've never, of shows that are 15 years old that I haven't listened to yet. Now I don't really want to, because now Howard Stern is now I think he's just a complete imbecile, but he used to be something that I thought was really great. Oh well. Wasn't me that changed, it was him, I guarantee you. Maybe this is boring you. Maybe we ought to look at Mad Magazine. I just pulled out a couple more Mad Magazine boxes that I'm moving from one closet to another for reasons that I will explain later. Okay, these discs that are in a little box like this are slightly annoying because you can't really store them. They got a little booklet, and you can't really store them with the other ones, so put this over here. It's 1954, the year that rocked the world. So I'll store that with other ones like that. Okay, here's Batman. That's the original. Neil Hefti wrote the Batman theme. And then he had a sequel to that album. Both albums are on this disc. And anyway, he wrote the Batman theme. But the actual recording in the show is Nelson Riddle's orchestra. So, at the same time, back in the 60s, this is the official soundtrack album that has the voices of the people from the show and all that. And then, of course, the surf band the Marquettes put out an album. There were so many. You'll never collect every Batman theme that was recorded. This is a good album to get, and if this is available on YouTube, or you can just stream it and record it right off YouTube. Actually, honestly, on this one, I recommend this one's good enough for you to seek it out on Amazon. I bet you could find it. There's 15 songs, and they're all mostly songs I'd never heard of before. Like Burgess Meredith did a 45 as the Penguin, and both sides are great. And it's got the Riddler by Frank Gorshin, and it's it's good stuff. Adam West recorded, and Burt Ward, recorded songs. This is these rockabilly collections. They take paintings from the covers of old juvenile delinquent paperback books, and then they give the collection a name. This is from Buffalo Bop. It's from Germany. Yeah. Hamburg, made in Germany. These are all great, rare 50s rockabilly records. And I'd say there's probably 40, 50, maybe more of these. They're just, and it used to be, they were imports. You'd pay far more than a regular CD you'd buy in the States for these. Now I think they're probably all just free on YouTube. Yeah, it says, the high-quality sound CD have been digitally remastered from the original 45s to maintain the real 50s blast of. See that there? It's in broken English. Because over in Europe, they appreciate our past far more than we do, And so all these would come over from other countries. This is Marvel Records. So Captain Marvel of Marvel Comics, the Marvel Captain Marvel didn't pioneer that name. There was a record label named Marvel Rockabilly, and this is all the master tapes from those sessions. I got just tons of rockabilly, and so here's someone was requesting that I show rockabilly. I think it was Ivan Drago, one of the regular viewers. Original Rockabilly and Chicken Bop, Volume 2. Rockin' in the Farmhouse. This has got some great stuff on it. I mean, they're all great. Original Rockabilly and Chicken Bop, Volume 3. Whale Man Whale. And here's Las Vegas Grind, Volume 2. And it's a bunch of like instrumental and crazy novel. It's like the music that maybe would have played in a strip club back in the 50s. Here's Big Star's first record. So Alex Chilton was, as a teenager, he was in a band called the Box Tops, and he did everything he could to mess his voice up. I don't know exactly what he did, but I'm sure it involved drinking and probably smoking a bunch of cigarettes or cigars so that he'd have a really gravelly voice so that he could record that song. And give me a ticket for an airplane. Ain't got time for a fast train. Lonely days are gone. I'm going home. My baby just sent me a letter. And the song "The Letter" by the Box Tops. Anyway, Big Star is his band from the 70s is a big cult favorite among record collectors, but normal people have never heard of it. Normies. Johnny Guitar Watson, another recording artist, far better than Taylor Swift. So you can probably find all these songs on YouTube. Far better use of your time than watching the Super Bowl. Although I'm going to watch the Super Bowl, and my wife is not happy about it. We don't have an antenna. We can't get local stations. But then I realized we have Paramount Plus, which will let me stream the local CBS station. So, Dion and the Belmonts, fantastic music, fantastic. And this was one of the first CDs I bought, and this music on CD was just wow. Yeah. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Oh, this is a great one. This is all music produced by George Tomsko. Look him up on YouTube. The Tex-Mex fireball sound of George Tomsko. So there's certain records that just always have blown me away, like Sugar Shack by Jerry Gilmer and the Fireballs. Just the beginning of that song, it's just every time I've heard it since I was a kid. But all of the stuff. This is a producer, kind of like Phil Spector, that has a certain sound, and even though these are all different recording artists, him being the guy behind the knobs in the studio makes them all sound wonderful. God, I'm starving, man. I'm starving. I just realized I'm starving. I'd go out and get something to eat. My wife's asleep. I hate to go out and get... Maybe I could just have a TV dinner. I hate to go eat without her. She's been feeling really bad. This is Rockabilly Classics. This is another one of the first CDs I ever bought. I did not fold that. When I bought it, that it was already folded, almost like, you know, comic books have a subscription increase. I think that was just at the manufacturing plant. They put the booklet in and it just got folded. I don't know. Great stuff on this. If you want to freeze frame it and look these things up. This is a White Zombie record. I believe this is a photograph from the 60s from Bunny. I'm pretty sure it's a Bunny Yeager photo. Bunny Yeager was a photographer. And so he put together a wonderful looking package. He used to be someone I really, you know, it was just great. And then he started making movies, and it's like, the movies are not very good. Here's Boss Hogg, I Dig You. It's a little, this is like the CD version of a 45. It just has a few songs on it. The soundtrack to Hairspray. That's a phenomenal movie. Make sure you don't get the musical remake. The original movie, that's the one that John Waters directed. 8 Miles High, 19 tracks inspired by the Byrds. If you want to look these songs up, I don't know how well you can read that. Yeah, this is a White Zombie. Another White Zombie. Here's the soundtrack to Cry Baby. It looks like I had these in some kind of order at one time. Yeah. Oh, this is, oh man. I remember how much I liked the White Stripes. I actually went out and saw them in concert. They actually got me out of my house. The Five Royales. This is one of the first CDs I ever bought too. Highs of the 60s. See, they're making a big deal. Look, it's classics and digital. This is the 50s, Rockabilly Fever. There's these songs. This is from Ace also. This is, they were a really good band, the Pandoras, 60s inspired band. 1993? I thought they were earlier than that. It might be maybe 90. No? Well, maybe they were. I don't have any track of time. The Primitives. It seems like I don't really remember their music. Oh, yeah. It was I really liked it. I liked her voice. Far better than Taylor Swift. What is this? Oh, a band called She. Let's see the name up there. Okay. Let's bring some more CDs in and get things more organized here. It's a Bobby Darin disc, but it hardly has any songs on it. What is this? The World of Beatles Novelty Records. These are like John, Paul, George, and Ringo by the Bulldogs. I'll Let You Hold My Hand by the Boodles, like an Answer record. Just a bunch of crazy Beatles-inspired stuff. The Rock and Roll Oldies Show, another oldies collection. This is interesting. It says, a remarkable opportunity to hear people who could be your neighbors or relatives offering words that think should be songs. Okay. There used to be ads in comic books and magazines that looked like that, and they would say, poems needed. Remember, they were in comic books. They were always ads wanting your poetry. And if you ever looked at those ads, they would say, send us your poems. We'll have a professional musician take your song and turn it into a record, and we'll send you the record. And I think the company called MSR. Anyway, these people made collections of the records with these insane lyrics that were sent, and in some cases people intentionally sent the most messed up, ridiculous, insane lyrics in, and they were actually recorded into a song. And so this is a collection of they called them song poems. It was a thing for a while. People were really fascinated by that. Oh well. This is a band. Whoever drew this, is this Coop? Probably Coop. No, it's not Coop. It's somebody else. But see, you got Lily Munster hanging out, listening to music. You've got the Big Frankie model kid, the Rat Fink. It's basically everything that I love is kind of in this wonderful Aurora Models monster font, lettering font, and everything. So you can tell immediately the band is on the same wavelength with you. But anyway, it's from Dionysus Records. It's a great cover. Scary Sounds and Music, Fright Night. The best selection of chain-rattling, wolf-howling, eerie screams, and spooky sound effects to haunt any house. The best sound effects record. Well, there's several. But my favorite is always going to be Chilling, Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House. I don't know what this is. The Raw Shark text. This, I think I was given free, or it was just like in a stack, take me, and I took it. I think it's maybe an audiobook. Shirley Bassey, her from Goldfinger, and this is Chet Baker. Les Baxter. Connie Francis, one of the singers that I dearly love. I used to be in the Connie Francis fan club. I don't remember. I got like an official little card about that. I mean, she's just great. Hey, what's more important than it being Super Bowl Sunday? You know that this is Tina Louise's 90th birthday. She's the only cast member of the Gilligan's Island still around. She refused to be in the reunion movies, Tina Louise. Pebbles, these are good. This is this issue on CD, it's very Soviet looking. It's very, like, ugly, I was looking at a picture that Gary Von Davis put up on Facebook, where it shows what a McDonald's restaurant looked like in the 70s, and it shows what they look like now. It just looks like a gray prison, like a cube, and it has that. What is it? I didn't ever really watch The Next Generation much, but is it the Borg princess, the Borg queen, whatever, is saying our job here is done. But what it is, it's really this creeping socialist communist mindset that comes in, and they just we don't want decoration. We want everything to be strictly industrial looking, and they put pressure on these companies to. I don't know why. And where I used to live, there was a Long John Silver's on one corner. The other corner was a McDonald's. The other of an intersection. The other corner was Jack in the Box. And the other corner, well, it eventually wound up being a Walmart. But the restaurants, I remember in the 70s, they were vibrant and colorful, and they had the clown coming out of the box, Jack in the Box. And then gradually they all look like gulags, like little gray cubes with no decoration, nothing nice. Oh, this is the Green Hornet soundtrack. I put it in this because it came in a cardboard sleeve, and I don't really like putting CDs back into cardboard sleeve. It just doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's good for a CD, so I've got the sleeve downstairs, and I guess I have the original. This is the actual original soundtrack to the TV show. This is Struminmental. This is instrumentals from the 60s that are fantastic, and pretty sure all the Struminmental compilations are available for free on YouTube as well. Of course, YouTube extorts you and makes you pay money to not have commercials. Sometimes they'll drop a commercial right in the middle of a song. It's very annoying. Back from the Grave, another great collection of 60s rock and roll. And I think this illustration's by Mort Todd. That's part 3. Here's part 2. I think I've got the whole series. Here's part 1. I had them on record. I have them on record too. Looking at records is far more entertaining than looking at at CDs, but that's what I'm doing right now, so you're looking at these. Here's Born Bad, Volume 3. Originally on the records that came out that said Songs the Cramps Taught Us. they took that off because I guess maybe the Cramps didn't like them using that. But anyway, every song on here is either covered by the Cramps or it's an instrumental and the Cramps recorded that song with new words that they put onto it, or they combined two of these songs into one. The Cramps are were very inspired by 50s and 60s rock and roll. Cramps are not around anymore. Okay, here's this is a home movie disc that goes over here. This is Stereophonic Space Sound Unlimited. What is this? Okay, so now I'm coming into a bunch of home movies. So, yeah. Okay, now we're back to regular CDs. Stuff from Capitol, the Lounge series. This is Ain't That a Kick in the Head? So you've got Dean Martin and David Rose and Nat King Cole. And did I mention I'm hungry? Oh, boy, I'm starving. Ema Sumac she was from Peru, right? That's who I would have. It would be far more impressive if she was dating the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs or whatever. What is that guy, the quarterback? I don't know what he is. I assume he's the quarterback. Best of Martin Denny, Exotica. This is a good one. I bet it's on YouTube also. Wolf Call. Tall, cool ones from the vaults of Golden Crest. That's great stuff. Amazing. Incredible. Astonishing. What is this? I'll have to figure out what this is. I'll have to put it in and figure out what it is later. Here's another one that's in a cardboard box, so I will put it with that other one. Four complete programs from 45, 46, 47 of Superman, the Superman radio show. Of course, they don't show Superman looking like he did in the 40s. But these episodes all have Batman on, where he's with Batman in them. And so, of course, Bud Collyer played the voice of Superman in the old radio show and also in the TV cartoon from Filmation that I think was about 1965, right? He came back and did the voice. Lois Lane is played by Joan Alexander. Batman is played by Matt Crowley. No relation to Aleister Crowley. And Robin was played by Ronnie Liss. Does it say Liss? Yeah. I'm going to put this over here because I have another Superman disc. Here's a Valentine gift for you from Elvis Presley. It's a bunch of romantic Elvis Presley songs. That was a real early purchase, too, in my CD collection. There's more of those radio air checks. Seriously, what time is it? Let's go find out what time it is, man. Oh, just a second. Before we find it. Actually, I have a clock there. What does it say? It says it's 2:30. Is that true? Could be. Oh, let me show you what these books were that I was hauling up from the basement last episode. There are these. I got them from the library. The library was getting rid of these. They would have in the basement of the Arlington, Texas library. They would have library sales, and so I guess they no longer wanted to keep all their bound sets of Newsweek and Time. And I thought, man, I want those. So I bought them all up, for nothing, and they're fascinating to read. But then you have the same problem that the library originally had, which is to where do you store them? So now I have room to store ridiculous things like this. I just don't have the shelves. So all their copies of Newsweek from it's fascinating. June '62. So we're a little bit before April to June. The Cuban Missile Crisis was October of '62, so that's coming up. And of course, so these are all going to be stacked up in the closet until such a time as I can get bookcases. This is 1964, October through December of '64. So it's just wonderful. You get reviews of the new TV shows, what's going on in the civil rights movement and Vietnam and all that. Ads for old cars. Lots of cigarette ads. Eva Gabor selling pipe tobacco. I just had to have these, man. Gotta complete my run of Newsweek. But they're heavy, man. Heavy, man. Let's go get the TV set downstairs onto the CBS network as we get so excited about the Taylor Swift Bowl. And they're going to show a Deadpool trailer. Of course, when they premiere the trailer, they always put it on line at the same time. Okay, this closet here is where I'm going to start stacking these books up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. What is this book? It's the Webster's Dictionary. Fantastic. And this one is October, December of '65. And I don't know why Boy's Life 2008 Boy Scout Edition. This is a collected Boy's Life, but it would be a lot cooler if it was Boy's Life from the 60s or the 70s even. But 2008 is not an exciting year to me. Now, it might be if I was a kid in 2008, but I was not. The other ones, I got the stacks of. Oh, here's some more underneath this Star Wars poster. Let me put that over here. Let's move a few more. Getting work done, man. The only way I can justify doing this YouTube show is if I get stuff done while I'm filming it, because if I don't, there's just really no point, because I'm not making any money from it. This says January '66, so this might have coverage of the Batman TV show premiere, but I'll look that up later. One thing you learn from this television program is the folly of being an insane collector. Because where I'm living right now didn't cost much, really. But I have 6,000 square feet. It's pretty much filled up, and it's a wonderful town. The only drawback is, if you're a comic collector or whatever, there's no comic stores around. I'd have to drive in, almost an hour to get to a comic store. 45 minutes just to get to a Walmart. Okay, April to June is 65. That, my birthday falls within that. Okay, this is July to September 66. If you have a particular month and year, and maybe you were born then, and you want to see the news weeks from that time period, I wouldn't be opposed to, you just let me know in the comments down below, and we could look at some of those. Right now, we just got to get this place cleaned up a bit. Okay, so the Newsweek is the red ones, but I also have these green ones. And the green ones, let's see, as I remember, the green ones are Time magazine. So this Time is I have some that are older. Like this is a 1959 Time. Portable television. I just love this stuff, man, but it just requires storage, man. Becoming a collector is no joke, man. And then, if you're single, it's one thing, but you gotta. This is not, it's not a good situation when you're married and you got all this stuff, man. No, trust me. What is this book? I gotta clear this stuff off the elevator because sometimes my wife needs to use this elevator and it's filled with my Scheiße. That is a German word for what you think it is. Okay, another dictionary. Oh, man. More Newsweek, 64. April to June of 63. So we're stacking things up here. This is getting old, man. Okay, here's Newsweek. I've got a Newsweek from 1959 and 63 here. I'd be able to do this a lot better if I was not doing it one-handed. Ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. I also have like Vampirella bound, but that was not from the public library. I bought that from a friend. I guess the library converted over to having everything on microfilm or something, and they just didn't need these books anymore. But I think it's better to have the actual original magazines bound for people doing research. I guess they just ran out of room. Of course, now they built a new library in Arlington that's just like, I don't know, 6, 7 floors. So they could probably... They probably would. I was going to say they probably wish they had their books back. Oh, I don't think so. Okay. Well, it's nice that you dropped in. I'm giving you an alternative to watching the Super Bowl. Make sure you hit that like and button and you subscribe and all that garbage. I'm assuming that the show will end any time because I only have a certain amount of memory on this phone, and we're getting about to that point. The show usually ends about 1 hour and 6 minutes into it, so goodbye. And I'll keep the show going, and at some point I'll be in the middle of a sentence, and it will just cut off. And that's the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go downstairs, ladies and gentlemen. Should I drive to the gas station and get myself a cheeseburger? What do you think, man? I'm kind of thinking I should. Well, there's Pete the cat. How you doing, Pete? Pete is, I thought I got him in, so it was 2008, man, so that makes him 18, 12, like 16, maybe almost 17 years old. So he's getting up there in years for a cat. Okay, what am I doing here? Oh, this is a recording of Donald Trump's rally from yesterday. I was wondering what was on that disc. See, all I do is record to preserve history. Okay, so Paramount Plus is an app on here somewhere. I think it's a blue-looking app. There it is. Okay, and then I'll go to live TV. Okay. The 49ers and the Chefs. The Kansas City Chefs. I guess they have pregame garbage going on now.
How does it feel to get my first Super Bowl and my first season? I mean,
he's very well spoken, gentlemen. Okay, well. I don't understand why people look up to football players, I guess. Oh, Alan's here. Maybe because they're so intellectual and Well, I don't mind watching football when there are people that I know playing it, friends of mine, but I don't know anybody on the chefs or the 47ers. I don't know those gentlemen. So, and if they win, it affects my life in absolutely no way. I mean, I guess if I'd bet money on it, maybe then it would be a big deal. I would really be. But I think that's foolish to bet money. I mean, if you're hanging out with friends, you bet $10, $20, but people bet hundreds and thousands of dollars on this stuff. Kickoff is in 3 hours, about 4 hours from now. And yet people are watching this early, man. But then I watched for hours before Donald Trump rallies, so what can I say? Oh, there's Ellen the cat. Don't get scared, Ellen. Ellen, let me pet you. Ellen, come on. Let me pet you, Ellen the cat. Oh, little Ellen the cat. You're all keeping all warm here on the porch, huh? Oh, Alan the cat. Alan the cat. Alan. 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 Alan the cat. Alan the cat. Why are you so fat? Do you eat all your brother's food, man? I don't really feed him much. I don't know how. It's just genetic for cats this color. We were told by the vet to get extremely fat. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, my back. Indeed. So we will leave this chamber of horrors and let's head out and get something to eat. Tomorrow I will get a package from Gotham City Comics. It's supposed to arrive tomorrow, but I don't want to jinx myself because it was supposed to arrive several days ago and didn't. But anyway, it's a Valentine present for my wife. I think the post office was just being nice, and they held onto it for a while and misshipped it to the wrong city a couple of times so that it would get here closer to the actual Valentine's Day. And then I will open it up live on the air, and we'll see what wonderful things I have obtained as a Valentine present. And I need to paint a picture. I'm going to paint a picture for my wife. And so I guess I had to get started on that instead of watching the Superman Bowl. But
north winds around 5 miles an hour.
Right now it is 40 degrees and it feels quite nice.
For the Crescent area. At the Crescent Airport, it was cloudy. The temperature was 36 degrees, the dew point 27, and the relative humidity 69%. The wind was north at 6.
I'll drive around town to entertain you.
31.
How's that?
The pressure was 30.11 inches and falling. Looking around the area, across southwest Iowa, temperatures were between 37 and 40 degrees. At Maloney, it was mostly sunny.
There's actually a lot of traffic out today. I guess people are...
And Des Moines. Elsewhere in Iowa and Missouri, temperatures were between 37 and 42 degrees. It was mostly sunny at Athol and Sioux City. At St. Joseph, it was partly sunny. It was cloudy at Cedar Rapids, Kansas City, and Omaha and Council Bluffs. Now for a few weather conditions around the
boy.
Grand Island.
So how are you guys doing today? Doing wonderfully?
The temperature was 39 degrees. The wind.
OJC, the organic juice cleanse, plus the free shake.
hazardous
I
weather
can't.
is expected
I
at
can't
this
remember
time.
where the radio station I
And now
listen
the
to is.
extended outlook for the
Yeah.
period Monday through Saturday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed. This is NOAA All Hazards Weather radio station KXI 65 at Lenox, Iowa, transmitting on 162.45 megahertz. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service at Des Moines, Iowa. The current time is 1:51 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Oh, that answers my question.
Now
It's
for the official
1:51.
National Weather Service forecast for Corning, Bedford, Mount Ayr, and surrounding locations. Rest of today, mostly sunny. Highs in the mid-40s. North winds around 5 miles an hour. Tonight, clear. Lows in the upper 20s. West winds around 5 miles an hour. Monday, sunny. Highs in the upper 40s. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Monday night, mostly clear until midnight, then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper
Let's stop
20s.
and get some gas, ladies and
Northwest
gentlemen.
winds around 5 miles an hour. Tuesday, partly sunny. Highs around 50. South winds 5.
Oh well, I forgot my original mission was just to get a cheeseburger. Wonder what's playing at the movie theater. They're about to have a Sunday matinee. They got the lights going. I don't know what's playing. I think it's a
The pressure
remake or a sequel to Mean Girls. Why would that even exist?
across southwest Iowa, temperatures were between 36
I'm right. They have a show today at 2
sunny.
of Mean Girls.
Red Oak, Shenandoah,
And
Harlan.
right now it's...
Here are some conditions
time is it again?
in Iowa.
I don't think anyone's going to go to see Mean Girls today because the Super Bowl's going on, but I could be wrong. I think it's going to be almost an empty theater.
Kansas City, and Omaha County Plus. Now for a few weather conditions around the region. Grand Island, it was mostly sunny. The temperature was 39 degrees. The wind chill was 33. In Fall, it was mostly
Did you even know there was a new Mean Girls? I sure didn't. Sorry, my windshield is so dirty, ladies and gentlemen.
The temperature was 36 degrees. The wind chill was 31. Now here is the hazardous weather outlook for portions of central Iowa. For today and tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time. And now the extended outlook for the period Monday through Saturday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed. This is NOAA All Hazards Weather radio station KXI 65 at Lenox, Iowa, transmitting on 162.45 megahertz. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service at Des Moines, Iowa. The current time is 1:55 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for Corning, Bedford, Mount Ayr, and surrounding locations. West of today, mostly sunny. Highs in the mid-40s. North winds around 5 miles an hour. Tonight, clear. Lows in the upper 20s. West winds around 5 miles an hour. Monday, sunny. Highs in the upper 40s. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Monday night, mostly clear until midnight, then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 20s. Northwest winds around 5 miles an hour. Tuesday, partly sunny. Highs around 50. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tuesday night, partly cloudy. Lows around 30. Wednesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 50s. Wednesday night, partly cloudy. A slight chance of rain until midnight. Lows in the lower 30s. Chance of rain 20%. Thursday, mostly sunny.
There's a Subway and a Dollar General.
In the morning. Highs in the upper 40s. Chance of precipitation 20%. Thursday night, partly cloudy. Lows in the lower 20s. Friday, partly sunny with a slight chance of snow in the morning. Then mostly cloudy with a chance
There's
of
a
snow
slight
in the
chance of
afternoon.
snow on Friday
Cooler with highs in the
morning.
mid-30s. Chance of snow 30%. Friday night, mostly cloudy. A slight chance of snow until midnight. Lows around 20. Chance of snow 20%. Saturday, mostly sunny.
We still recording? Holy smoke, it's going a long time today.
Again, the forecast for Corning, Bedford, Mount Ayr, and surrounding locations for the rest of today, mostly sunny. Highs in the mid-40s. North winds around 5 miles an hour. These are the 1 p.m. conditions for the Crescent area.
I was wrong. Winterset is 51 miles away. That's where John Wayne was born.
36 degrees.
I'm going to do a broadcast from there. Give me a little bit of time, and so I can raise $25 to pay to get into the John Wayne Museum, and I will do a show from there. You can virtually tour John Wayne's birthplace. You can see where he was born. They all actually go into the room where he was born and into the little museum.
Clarinda, Harlan, and Des Moines. Here are some conditions elsewhere in Iowa and Missouri. Temperatures were between 37 and 42 degrees.
I'll put you up here while I go in here and get my cheeseburger. Stay safe. I'm gonna lock you guys in. guys still there? Let me see. Yeah, you're still recording. Holy smoke. Yeah, gas here is $2.54, just so you know. How about that, ladies and gentlemen?
It was mostly sunny.
Mostly, I gotta get, where's my station?
At that point, protect. General Ken Paxton, along with Phelan's appointments of Democrat. The resolution overwhelmingly passed by a 55-4 margin Saturday afternoon. The Texas GOP has been fractured over several issues, including Paxton's impeachment and the failure of Texas lawmakers to pass a
they're trying.
full
That's right. They're trying to
program,
impeach
which Governor
Paxton.
Greg Abbott has pushed. Phelan has criticized many Texas Republicans for promoting policies that he says promote anti-Semitism and racism. The Texas GOP censured U.S. Senator Tony Gonzalez last year for his votes on same-sex marriage and gun legislation. I'm Jerry Clayton in San Antonio.
This is NPR News.
Oh, NPR. No, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I know what it's. I hate NPR with such a passion. It always sounds like, like a librarian's trying to be very quiet. And now we'll have the news. And then we'll have a little bit of flute music. And then we'll get back and give you another completely slanted version of the news that your taxpayers, your tax dollars are paying for. Ugh, hideous. I'd rather listen to the Weather Channel. He's my favorite robot, man.
Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for Corning, Bedford, Mount Ayr, and surrounding locations. Rest of today, mostly sunny. Highs in the mid-40s. North winds around 5 miles an hour. Tonight, clear. Lows in the upper 20s. West winds around 5 miles an hour. Monday, sunny. Highs in the upper 40s. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Monday night, mostly clear until midnight, then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 20s. Northwest winds around 5 miles an hour. Tuesday, partly sunny. Highs around 50. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tuesday night, partly cloudy. Lows around 30. Wednesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 50s. Wednesday night, partly cloudy. A slight chance of rain until midnight. Lows in the lower 30s. Chance of rain 20%. Thursday, mostly sunny.
There's a Trump
slight chance of rain
sign.
and
See
snow
that?
in the morning.
That's
Highs in the
really
upper
cool.
40s. Chance of precipitation 20%. Thursday night, partly cloudy. Lows in the lower 20s.
So that sign's been up almost 4 years and no one's torn it down. You imagine in where you live, if someone had a Trump pin sign up from 2000, would it still be up?
Chance of snow 30%. Friday night, mostly cloudy. A slight chance
It
of
says a
snow
lot
until
for
midnight.
this community.
Lows around 20.